Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is Jackass Retro. My name is Matt, and this is our now twice a week, with one exception, uh, what sold video for postcards only. Here's Buster, who wanted to join. So this is going to cover September 2nd through the 4th, so just 3 days of sales. And then our next video will cover the next 4 days, and then the next 4 days, and the next 4 days, basically until we're caught up and doing these twice a week. And I started doing these videos really when I started getting into selling postcards. I found other YouTubers who made videos like this, and I found it to be very informational and educational. Hopefully you feel the same way, and if you do, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, leave a comment or a question. There's other ways you can support the channel down below. Let's get started, shall we? All right. Okie dokie. Let me just get set up here for us. There we go. All right, first up, obviously, this is Metropolitan Stadium in Bloomington, Minnesota. Chrome postcard, obviously, probably 1960s, maybe 70s. Just to kind of taking a guess on that. Really don't know for sure, but really nice postcard. This one sold. Took a couple of months. I actually expect this one to go a little bit quicker, but there's a lot out there. So this one went for $5.95 plus $1 of shipping. Make sure we can see that. Let's make that bigger. How about that? There we go. All right, next up we have North Carolina's Miracle Beach. I have a ton from Miracle Beach. They're all linen. They're all really nice cards. They're very colorful. The colors on them are really bright, which I like, and I think helps sell the cards. Obviously, this one's got a Ferris wheel. Anytime you can get some carnival rides in the picture, these beach scenes with crowded beaches tend to do pretty well as well. This one here sold for $7.95 plus shipping. Here we've got Capri. These are the Grotto Caves in Capri, the well-known landmark. I don't know the status of them now with the rising sea levels and all, but I've had a few of this one. They've all sold. So this particular view is not uncommon, but it's popular. I like, again, the colors on this are really pretty. So this one sold for $12 plus first class shipping. Here we have the Steamboat Landing Island in Portland, Maine. There's quite a few of these out there. They were all priced very high, but there weren't any solds. So I picked this one up recently from another reseller in a large lot of postcards. I asked $5.95 plus $1 shipping, PODS, and that's what I got. Sold relatively quickly as well. Here's a nice tough little shamrock. These are part of a series that I like the name of this, the Cupid in Different Climes. So basically the series was all these little Cupids, but they were dressed for different holidays. So there was a Christmas Cupid, a New Year's Cupid, and this, of course, is the St. Patrick's Day Cupid. This one here sold at my full asking price. I didn't even have a make off on it, so it was $14.95 plus $1 shipping, PODS. Here we have the Red Pepper Lady. Pretty common postcard. This one, there's quite a few out there. This is a Foss Tint, Detroit Publishing, unposted. Because this was such good condition, And because it is a fairly popular publisher, I actually got, I think, a little bit more than this one normally went for. So I put it up at $5.95 plus shipping. Sent out 10% off offer. It sold for $5.36 PODS. Next up, Chrome Postcard. This is Hackettstown, New Jersey, and Hotel the Clarendon. This is Hotel Clarendon, the Redwood Wood Room. Blech, that's a mouthful. So yeah, nice interior view of a restaurant. The symmetry is nice. I tried to kind of get that a little bit in my zoom in. I kind of wanted to make this like path going straight down where it looked, sort of like the vanishing point perspective. I don't know how well I did, but I liked it. It did sell pretty quickly, $4.95 plus $1 shipping. Here we have Columbia, South Carolina. The next two cards went to the same customer. So we have Columbia, South Carolina, the University of South Carolina. That's the quadrangle. And then we have another view of Columbia, South Carolina. This is the library building. There we go. And there we go. So the total for those two cards were $4.95 plus $1 shipping, PODS. Well, it's pretty self-explanatory, but it's the words on the screen. This is Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Humboldt Park. I probably could have gotten more for this if it wasn't for the blemish here over on the left. It was unposted, but probably somebody like mounted it with tape in a book and used like one piece of tape on the edge here, and then it got torn out. Regardless, $3.95 plus $1 shipping probably would have gone, $6-7 had it not had that blemish. There's a really nice gilt embossed textured Valentine's card, Valentine's postcard. Really just the picture doesn't really do this justice. It's really bright. The gilding is really nice on this. Like the texture and embossing is really detailed, much more than your average embossed postcard. Hard to come through though on a two-dimensional scan. This one did sell for $1.96 PODS. You got Atlantic City, New Jersey. Pardon me, Wildwood Beach, New Jersey. I like this big old Earth-looking thing, and again the Ferris wheel. Anytime we can get a look at carnival rides, there's the roller coaster. This one here sold for $5.95 PODS. Here we have the Dark County Courthouse and Jail in Greenville, Ohio. This sold really quick, and there was others out there, but I priced it really to sell because it wasn't the greatest condition. Sold for $1.75 PODS. Hotel Auditorium, Cleveland, Ohio. This one sold for $2.95 plus $1 shipping. Almost immediately after I listed this $3 postcard, somebody messaged me and tried to get me to sell it for cheaper. I'm like, no, it's $3. You don't have to buy it, but I'm not negotiating on a $3 postcard. I may send out offers, but no. And then I raised the price by $1 and it sold $2.95 plus $1 shipping. Here we have a nice view, real photo postcard of Carlisle Lake in, look, it says Canada. This is probably goes right around the 1930s based on the stamp box. It could be late 20s based on the kind of image it is. Like it could have been taken in the late 20s and then produced in the 30s. Hard to tell. Really nice though. I like all these. It says Carlisle Lake, but it's like a bunch of little lakes all over the place. There's like swampland kind of. I don't know. Never been there. Looks cool. 14.95 plus international shipping. Here the entrance to Forest Park in St. Louis, Missouri. This one could have gotten probably better money, but it has this pretty obvious giant crease right down the middle horizontally. That's kind of a bummer, but I'm okay. It's all right because I still got $4.46 plus $1 shipping for this bent AF postcard. Next, we have the next 6 postcards went out to the same customer. The total was $23.81 plus $3.50 for first class shipping. It's gonna cost a little bit more than that, but that's fine. Still very happy with the purchase. So let's see what they got. They're all, you'll be able to figure out the theme here. So we've got Benton Gray Plaza Motel in Benton, Illinois. We have a white border era view of the lions in front of the Art Institute in Chicago, Illinois. First Baptist Church in Mount Vernon, Illinois. This is a linen postcard, so kind of moving up the eras here. Memorial Stadium at the University of Illinois. Again, this is white border. Another linen for the City Motel in Cairo, Illinois. Actually, it looks like it's a linen, but this one's a chrome. It's the same art they used in linens, but this one's actually not. Kind of interesting. And then our last one is the Art Institute in Chicago, and there we can see the lines. This is an early one. Look, the road is barely paved. This is probably, I mean, it's undivided back. There's a car there, but it's still a pretty early postcard. So they got all these here for $23.81 plus first class shipping. Not too bad. Here we have the Dakota Made Mill and Grain Elevator in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Unposted, nice chrome postcard. These sort of like farming industrial complex stuff does pretty well for me. I like this one a lot. It just kind of looks cool. It's got, pretty cool signage. I mean, these are the things you see when you're driving out on the highway, open country, and you see these things all over the place. And, you'd never really would think that they'd make a postcard for it, but they do. In this case, they did anyways. $5.95 PODS. Got a nice view of Donner Lake from Truckee Summit. This is Lake Tahoe area. This and the next card went out to the same customer. This is $4.95. And the next card we've seen before. I've had quantity of this. The end of a perfect day in beautiful Lake Tahoe. Nice sunset view on the lake there. And this one sold for $2.95 plus shipping. Got quantity of this one, so still have a couple of them left. Next up is the next 3 cards are the same customer. Total was $7.85 plus $2 shipping. So these are the 3 cards. The first, obviously, this is a linen postcard for Pagliacci's famous Italian restaurant in Denver, Colorado. Next up is very cool view of Steamboat Rocks and the Garden of the Gods in Pikes Peak, Colorado. I'll be in this area here pretty soon. And then we've got the Burro Crossing Trail on Pikes Peak Cog Road in outside of Pikes Peak, Colorado. There we go. So those three cards went out for $7.85 plus $1 shipping. $2 shipping. My mistake. Here we have the Holiday House Motel and Junior Dining Room in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Priced this one up a little bit. Couldn't find anything out there. This is an early, I believe, Holiday Inn. I think it was Holiday House before Holiday Inn. I'm not positive of that, but I believe that's the case. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I might be wrong. But got a lot of cool cars here. Of course, motel advertising always does well. So, and I couldn't find any other examples. So I went $14.95 plus $1 shipping, sent out a 10% off offer. Somebody took me up, and there we go. Here we have On the Road to Mount Tacoma in Washington. Mount Tacoma, for those who don't know, was renamed Mount Rainier in the early part of the 19th century. So you'll see postcards a lot of time in the 1910s and 20s, early 30s, with reference to the mountain as Mount Tacoma, and then it was renamed to Mount Rainier. So this is On the Road going up to Mount Rainier. It's confusing too for a lot of people. So there's Mount Tacoma and then there's Tacoma, which is the name of the city closest to Mount Rainier. So, yep, confusing. Anyways, all right, you can't see it. It is printed on here. It took me a magnifying glass and some very bright light and photo editing to even be able to make it out what it said, because there's no other clue on this card of where it is, except for, you want to take a guess? There it is, right on the postmark. All right, so this is Grand Forks, South Dakota, on 3rd Street, looking north. Or pardon me, looking south. So I basically had to do, like, when I was researching this, because I couldn't really tell where it was or what it said, you know, first I was like, all right, well, on a hunch, this is probably going to be South Fork or Grand Forks, North Dakota. And, you know, of course that it is. So then I searched for night street view, and eventually I found this card. So probably could have gotten more money for it in better condition. I went $2.95 plus $1 shipping. Pretty evident here the condition of the card that the customer is going to receive. So I'm very happy with that sale. We have here the Williamson, West Virginia, the Mingo Memorial Courthouse and Mountaineer Hotel off here in the back. Nice white border postcard, right? White border, it's not linen. Yep, white border. This one here sold for $5.36 plus $1 shipping. We have the Azalea Trail along lakes in Greenfield Park, Wilmington, North Carolina. Nice linen postcard. Really like this one. So this is Albrecht Dürer, a self-portrait. This is in the gallery series down here. See down there. So it's it's a German postcard. These art postcards really are, sometimes they do well, sometimes you sit on it. It's really hard to tell, and I think the sort of foreboding stare of this guy may have been what caught the customer's eye. I got $15.95 plus $1 shipping. Very happy with that. Here we have a Priest Lake in northern Idaho. Real photo postcard. These real photo postcards for Idaho have been doing pretty well for me. They've been popping up in just about every one of these what sold videos. They're not tremendous money because they're fairly common, but this one sold for $9.95 for a scenic view, real photo postcard. The signatures down here sometimes help as well, so always worth looking those up. This is a Ross Hall photo. Then we have this one out to the same customer. This is the highway to Priest Lake, like the little cars on the road here. I think my zoom in tried to like give a little focus on there because there's the zoom out, right? I want to see the car. Make sure that they see the car. $9.95 plus $1 shipping. PODS. Here's the South Dormitory of Coker College in Hartsville, South Carolina, 1929. The color on this is actually pretty close to the color on the card. It's a little bit of a funky, hazy color card. I got $14.95 plus $1 shipping on this one. Got a nice large letter greetings, unposted. Y'all should probably know what I charge for these now, although this one is a little bit more interesting. We got some bathing beauties down here. We got sailboats, beach scenes, sailboat, more beach scenes. Yeah. So on this one, I went $4.95 instead of my number $3.95. $4.95 a plus $1 shipping. This one probably sold due to the recent events on the East Coast. This is the 1938, the Great New England Hurricane of 1938. So I have a feeling that this postcard is being a little bit cheeky because it's a whole bunch of people gathered around just a tree that fell down. So I perhaps it's not a joke, but I got a feeling this is a joke. Like they're joking, like there's like there's people on the internet whenever there's a big storm that comes through, and then they like take a picture on their porch of a chair that fell over. I kind of think that that's what's going on here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this was a very serious thing that happened. I mean, oh well. I mean, they do talk about the death toll here. I guess I'm instantly wrong. Hundreds of millions of dollars. All right. Well, there you go. Anyways, this one took a long time to sell. I got $19.95 plus $1 shipping. And I've got a lot more from the series. Keyboard Factory in Ivoryton, Connecticut. Again, this is one of those. There was a bunch of them out there. They were all priced very high. The ones that sold at about half the price of what the listed ones were. So I listed mine at the prices that are sold, which was $7.55 plus $1 shipping. This came from the lot that I recently purchased from Just in Time Equipment. Squirrel. It's a black squirrel holding his nuts, hiding his nuts. Anyways, it's a black squirrel sitting in some snow. It sold for $1.95 PODS. Nice aerial view of Columbia University in New York City. New York City. Poor puppy. Anyways, this one went for $6.95 plus $1 shipping. I like that it's got the baseball field here. I didn't mention that in the title. Probably would be a good idea if I had room for it, but I pretty much had it all filled up anyways. Sold either way, full asking price $6.95 PODS. We have Huntington Drive and the Rubidoo. Rubidoo? Is it Rubidoo or Rubidow? I want to say Rubidoo because like a Roo is Rubidoo. No, Rubidow. I don't know. Anyways, it's a car. Car turning the corner. Car turning the corner on Huntington Drive in the Rubidoo Mountains. Anyways, uh, $6.95 PODS. Here we have San Francisco, California, the interior of the Ferry Building. I tell you, Ferry Building postcards are a dime a dozen, but if you got something special, they usually sell for some, more than a buck or two. This one sold for $5.95 plus $1 shipping. Went out to Miss Daisy Graves in Cupertino, California, so we know where this one came from. Miss Daisy's been good to us. Very, very good. Here we have the Mackinac Island, Michigan Grand Hotel and Former Garden. Don't call it Mackinac, call it Mackinac. $3.95 plus $1 shipping. Got a couple of these. I've done well with the Grand Island. I got a whole bunch of these, and I'm almost sold through my Mackinac Island postcards. Picked these up from a friend of mine last time I was down in California. Here we have Astoria, Oregon, the famous location that they filmed The Goonies and Short Circuits. In fact, I see Ali Sheedy's house right down there. And right over here is where Goonies Never Say Die. This year, postcards sold for $4.95 plus $1 shipping. I've driven over this bridge more times than I can count. It is a little bit harrowing. It's like this big archy bridge that turns into a floating bridge. It's kind of interesting. Yeah. Oh no, Johnny Five squished a grasshopper. Disassemble Stephanie. All right. Here we have another large letter greetings for Nevada. Pretty classic view. There's Frank Sinatra at the craps tables, and Cupid's gonna shoot him. Guy on a horse. Some other people at the courthouse getting married. Judge here is laughing all the way to the bank. Horse racing, gambling, like a mine. There's the Hoover Dam. At the time, I believe it was called the Boulder Dam. Let's see. Yep, Boulder Dam before it was the Hoover Dam. So yeah, there's Nevada. Or is it Nevada? Depends if you're from there or not. I'm not, so I call it Nevada and not Nevada. This one here sold for $6.95 plus $1 shipping. So typically it's Nevada, right? So I'm going to add a little money to what I normally get for my large letter greetings because Nevada cards tend to sell better. We've got a nice chrome postcard, Butte, Montana, the Kelly Mine in Greater Butte. Mining, again, we've talked about it before. Mining cards sell. Not necessarily huge money. This one sold for $2 plus $1 shipping, but it sold. We have Eureka Springs, Arkansas, the railroad tunnel approaching this town. This one I had to adjust because you couldn't see the scan. It was like so dark. But yeah, this is a pre-white border. It's not, actually, my mistake. This is a linen postcard. I misspoke. Sold for $5.95 PODS. And our last card for the video is Columbus, Indiana, the Bartholomew County Courthouse buildings. Another linen postcard. You can really see the texture of a linen postcard in here, right? Look up in the sky, very linen-y. Pretty distinct yellow border on the linens as well, a lot of the time. Not always, but a lot of the time. So I'm happy with this. This one sold for $6.95 PODS. Now, I didn't mean to do it, but I did bury the lead. We had a total in this video of 48 postcards going out for $341. So not bad for 3 days. For average, that's like over $100 a day in postcards before shipping and before fees, but good enough. So it's going to be a while before we do one of these. I'm going to be on vacation until the 23rd is when I get back. That's this Monday. It's going to take me a couple days to catch up, but I am going to put together a couple of what sold videos. Probably split them up. You might get them every day. I might do one live. If you'd like to join in on a live what sold video when I get back, please let me know in the comments. That's going to be it for this video. I want to thank you all very much for watching. Thank you for all the views, support, and comments you've been giving. I do look forward to returning and continuing doing this content here for you. And we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.